My name is Dawn Hambrick, and I am the Graduate Program Director for the Masters of Science in Business Analytics here at the University of Montana at the College of Business. And today I have with me a professor in the program itself, Jason Triche. And Jason, can you take a few minutes to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jason Triche. I'm a professor of Management Information Systems. I have my PhD in Information Systems and Quantitative Sciences. And I teach in the undergraduate and MIS and also in the Masters of Business Analytics.
Great. Well, thank you, Jason, for being here today.
Yeah.
And today I want to just have a conversation with you just about the master's program and get to know a little bit about you as well as we're going through this. So I'm going to start right off. Jason, what brought you to UM?
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting story. I am from South Louisiana, born and raised, and I kind of lived in the Midwest for a little bit, and I had a career in consulting, project management, IT consulting, knowledge management consulting. And one day I decided to go get a PhD just to see what the world could look like in research and teaching. And so I went to Texas Tech for a PhD. And my first interview out of PhD for a faculty position was at the University of Montana. And I had a lot of job applications out. I was looking to go to big schools in the South because that's where I'm from. And so I had job applications out to some big schools. And I flew up here for an interview, and I landed and immediately fell in love and went through a 2-day rigorous schedule of interviews. And after I flew out, I turned down all my job offers, all the other interviews, and then decided to come here. So that's really fortuitous that I ended up in Montana. I've been here 8 years and love every minute of it. And I cannot imagine living or working anywhere else.
Oh, well, wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, it was a great story.
So you've been here for 8 years now. So
8
what is
years.
one of your favorite things about UM, Missoula, now that you've been here?
Yeah, I know it's cliche to say, but the community is amazing. It is a diverse mountain town where it's big enough where you have everything you need. You know, you have a Costco and movie theaters, but it's small enough where you know the community and you know everybody. And it's that perfect combination of a good-sized city for me with lots of opportunities. A ton of outdoor things to do. In the summer, you can float the river, fly fish. Winter, a lot of people love skiing. I'm not a skier. Coming from Louisiana, learning how to ski in my 40s, which is not ideal. I'm not a winter person, but that's okay. I have lots of other things I can do. But yeah, it's just a great place. And then the University of Montana fits in perfect. It is a great place to do and work and live and go to school. And it's really a fairy tale. I think every day I drive to work, I'm like, I cannot believe I live here.
I think that's great. I tell people I live in a calendar every day when I drive to work.
It's true. Yeah, absolutely.
So, well, a little bit about you, but now can you tell us a little bit about the MSBA program from the faculty perspective?
Yeah. So I've been teaching in the MSBA program for 3 years now, maybe 4 actually. I kind of lose track of time when you're having fun. The MSBA program is a Master's of Science in Business Analytics. It's geared for working professionals and students coming straight out of their undergrad. They want to deep dive on the intersection of analytics with computer science and math, but with a business domain. So we really tie those two together. We teach our courses at night, so working professionals can be there. It's hybrid delivery, where you don't have to be in person, or you can, depending on your work schedule or where you live. We have a great cohort that's really tight knit. And the program's really rigorous, and you get through the program, and we have great job placements, and it's a great opportunity for those who want to deep dive on the combination of business domain and the computer science math part of analytics.
Wonderful. Thank you. So you teach in both the Masters of Science in Business Analytics and you do teach in the MBA program a little bit.
I do, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the classes you're teaching for us?
Yeah. In the MBA program, I teach project management. I'm a certified project manager. I did it for a decade in industry. So I teach a weekend MBA class. Friday night, all day Saturday, half day Sunday. It's rather rigorous, but it's nice to get a whole class done in a weekend for 1 credit. So I teach project management, and then on the MSBA side, I teach business intelligence. So business intelligence is just looking at big data or looking at data and finding insights out of that to help a business either maximize profit or increase revenue or decrease cost, depending on where you find it, and have visualizations and dashboards to give the executive team better decision tools to make for their business. So that's the two classes I teach in the graduate program.
Great. Okay, so you mentioned a little bit that you teach the project management class in the MBA program.
I do.
Do you see a lot of MSBA students taking that class?
Yes, I think it's probably 100% overlap. I think I have to look back, but it seems like majority of my MSBA students take that as a weekend class. I mean, project management is crucial. If you're going to be coming out with your master's in the business world, you have to have some kind of idea of a nice framework of how to manage projects or even manage your own workload. And so those project management tools can help you get through kind of the thinking process and the design process to plan your work and work your plan.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you. So I want to take it back now to your business intelligence class.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about the diversity or the dynamics? What kind of students are in the class?
Yeah, this is one of the reasons I love teaching in the master's program. The students in that class, and I have a fairly small class. I range between 15 and 20 students per semester, so it's a small cohort, and you get to know everybody in your class, and you get to know them. The thing I like about it is the diversity that everybody brings to that class. I mean, I have some students that come straight out of undergrad, right? They finished, or they're wrapping up their undergrad. They're right in. This is their first graduate class, kind of green and new in the graduate program. And then I have working professionals who've been in the field for 10, 20 years who are finishing their master's, and this is their last semester. So the range of the student in that class is what brings so much insight to the topic, because people can bring their work-related skills and talk about. And the good thing is in that class, we teach theory. This is what business intelligence, this is what you should do. I have work experience, and half my class has work experience, and then we can talk about what they do in industry and realize, hey, that's not what theory says, and this is the constraints we have in industry, and this is why we cannot do this. And so we spend a lot of time in that class bridging that gap. Like, ideally, this is what it should do, but there's no way you can do that in practice. Believe me, I know you can't do it. And so we try to figure out best practices and try to solve actual work problems in class with a diverse set of students who can do it. And so that's why I love teaching in that master's program. It's just such a different background or diverse background for everyone to bring insight to the class. And everybody learns from that.
Great, that's perfect. Well, you did happen to mention, full-time working professionals in your class. Can you talk a little bit about how the class works for them, from maybe the delivery perspective to content, possibly?
Yeah, it's quite a challenge. So all of our classes in the MSBA are from, we start at 4 p.m. And go to 7. That's mainly the core classes in the evenings. And we do that so working professionals can work most of the day and still attend class live. We have that class on Zoom, so it's synchronous the whole time. I have several big screens or TV screens in the room, and we can see everybody's face on the TV screen. So we can live interact with them. Everybody in the class has mic'd, so the students online can hear the students in the classroom perfectly, sometimes too good. But yeah, it's really nice. So what I do is, like, the first hour of class, 4 to 5, which is awkward because most people don't get off work till 5. So 4 to 5, I try to find content that is okay if you're not there. You can go back and watch the recordings later. You can catch up on that hour. And then starting at 5, I really start new content. So here's a new lesson we're going to learn today. Here's whatever theory or whatever. And then we actually have, in every class period, I do hands-on activities. I mean, we learn a new concept, so let's apply it. So we do hands-on activities with industry-related concepts and topics. And and then so at the end of class, I put the recordings of the class online. So, for those who couldn't join us at all because they had to work or travel or family or life, or we all know how it works. So if you can watch those recordings, get back to us and keep in touch with me, and then the next week we'll do it again. So we kind of repeat that all 15 weeks of the semester. So synchronous, asynchronous delivery.
Wonderful. And all the classes pretty much primarily run that way for the working professional in the program, don't they?
They do. And we're really flexible. I mean, my undergraduate class, I'm really strict on deadlines, right? Because I need to teach undergrads, really, besides concepts, how to work in a professional world. So there's deadlines and deliverables and expectations. The graduate program, I'm a lot more lenient. I hate to say that, hate to say this, it's being recorded, but I'm much more lenient on deadlines. So if a working professional or anybody in my class says I cannot get this done, these are the other 15 things I have going in my life. Absolutely, if you let me know ahead of time, we'll change that deadline. So we are flexible, and I could probably speak to the rest of the faculty. I think they're the same. They're pretty flexible on deliverables just for that reason. We have to accommodate working professionals.
Right, and that's one of the things that we even do through our advising in the program is work around their schedules, what's going on in life to make sure the class is fit for them.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I've got one more question for you about the business analytics, and then I'm going to circle back around to learn a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So the next question I have for you is, what is the benefits of analytics in the workforce? What would drive a student to want to get a degree in business analytics?
Yeah, that's great. In the business world right now, at least in the IT sector, that's my field. The two fastest growing fields in IS are cybersecurity and data analytics. And so, this whole field, this and business analytics is one of the fastest growing fields. Companies cannot find enough people. They really cannot. Companies are struggling to get analytics departments up and running. They don't have the skill sets. They're hiring like crazy, and they're actually trying to plug people into those positions that have no training. And so this program is a 1 year, maybe 2 year program, depending on how much work you have going, that you can get out and be confident to go into an organization and fill those gaps and start an analytics program for organizations or plug into an existing analytics program. So that's what's so powerful about this. The demand for this keeps on going up and up and up, and we're trying to plug people in as fast as we can to those positions. And so it's just, I don't see that demand going away in the next decade for analytics. The tools get better, easier to deal with, but at the end of the day, you still have to have the knowledge to do it. So. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that really definitely plays into our employment rate that we have in the program. We're sitting at 97% employment of graduate students right now by graduation or within about 3 months of graduation. So
that's great.
Thank you.
Shows you how great that program is.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now back around to a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So what's your teaching philosophy? How does that help students in the classroom, in life, and in general?
Yeah. I am so passionate about teaching. I really, really enjoy it. So my philosophy is, like I said before, I worked in industry for 10 years. And I realized everything I learned in my undergraduate was great. I mean, I had a great undergraduate experience. But when you get to work, you realize that, wow, it's so different. And really to manage everything is really hard in trying to figure out concepts and how to ramp up your learning so fast. So my teaching philosophy for both my undergrad and graduate class is it is complete active learning with a ton of examples and different ways to approach topics. But I also relate the theory to industry, like I said before, and realize if the theory is not working in industry for a reason, we can't be in an ivory tower telling work you've got to go with this theory or this way. So we try to, and that's my teaching philosophy. I try to bridge that gap between industry and industry and theory, and I think that's why I'm successful in the classroom. And I treat my class. I treat them as not as students, but I'm a manager of a department, and everybody in the class is in my department. And so it's a manager relationship instead of a teacher-student relationship, which I think prepares them for the workforce. So when they're out and they get out, they kind of know the expectations for managers. And I was a manager for a while in industry, so I know exactly how intimidating it could be.
Right. Well, great. Well, thank you. So one last question for you.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You're obviously very busy with your undergrad and your graduate courses, but you also get involved in other ways on campus and with the college. I heard you're leading a new program called Leading Out West.
Yes.
Can you give us a little 2-second overview of what that is?
2 seconds. Maybe longer than 2 seconds. But Leading Out West is, to start off, it's the first year we're offering this program, and so this is our inaugural run. The idea behind Leading Out West is, we live in a rural place, and we have a lot of GLBTQ plus youth, or not youth, just people in the community who want to be in leadership roles or want to work for organizations, but don't really know what it's like to be out and be able to be out and at work and try to lead or an organization or work in a major organization, profit or nonprofit, and still be part of a proud community of the LGBTQ. And I'm part of that community as well. And so the idea behind this is it's a leadership and networking conference. It's in May of this year, and we're trying to invite 20 people in the first cohort of the GLBTQ plus community that come to campus at University of Montana. You're going to be on campus for 2 days. We'll house you here, and it's just a leadership and networking opportunity. And we have some really high professional players in the field from big companies that are coming to do the curriculum and lead sessions, and they can lead by examples because they're also in the LGBTQ community and have been in powerful positions and to tell everybody how to do it correctly and to be out and proud. So it's for rural students and rural universities in Western states for a 2-day conference. And we're very excited about it.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds really exciting,
Yeah.
definitely. So we've talked about a lot of little things around here today. Did you have anything else you'd like to share with us about the program, or what would you say to a prospective student coming to the program?
Oh, God, come talk to us. Yeah, we'd like to learn about your interest in where you want to go and what you want to do with your career. We can try to shape your graduate experience with the correct electives and the passions that you have, and with the core classes. It's a great experience because we're a tight-knit cohort, and the students are tight-knit. So, we'd just like to get to know more about you and figure out what your goals are, and then we can help make sure that you're on the right path to meet your goals when you graduate.
Wonderful. Well, Jason, thank you for joining us today. And anybody that wants more information about the program, they can visit our website. It's at business.umt.edu/MSBA. And I appreciate you being with me here today, Jason.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely.